All right, man. Welcome back, dude. Take two.
Yeah, take two because take one.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Flop.
This is Cohen from Pound & Pounders Drum Magazine. And it is Thursday, August 24th.
Yep.
And you know what that is. One bad thing, one good thing. Bad thing is school is back in session.
Oh.
Good thing is, good thing is that football season's here. So preseason, you know, whoever your team is, hopefully that they're looking good this year. And I'm gonna move this over here a little bit. There we go. All right.
Damn.
So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit that little bell, and we're laughing because we're cracking up. I'm mainly like, I can punch this wall right now. Last Thursday around this time,
Oh, man.
we did an awesome interview. An
Hour-long interview.
hour-long interview. So I had everything plugged in. I had pushed the record button.
We mic checked.
We mic checked. I did this like hours before he got here. Did everything. I'm on cool, calm, relaxed. We did the interview. Went to listen to the playback. No sound.
No sound at all.
No sound. I'm like, we both looked at each other going, what the heck? What the heck, man? And I was like, I was really PO'd. I don't want to say the other one, but I was really PO'd about
We were bummed
what
for
happened.
sure. We
And
were bummed.
so he was gracious. I go, dude, we got to redo it again, man. He was gracious enough to come down today.
Of course.
Today. Now, I'm seeing play here. I'm looking at I got
recording.
three setups going on. If you guys can see this, I got my phone, I got my iPad, I got my laptop.
Backup for the backup.
I don't know which one we looking at, but whatever.
Just look to the middle.
But we know for a fact one's gonna work. So I just want to welcome back Edgar, man, to P&P. You know, he gave us great. We got a theme for his interview, the park. And
Park.
when you know what the park is, you'll realize why we're saying go park. So welcome back to P&P, man. Thank you for just being patient. He felt bad for me too, man. I'm like, dude, man.
Well, serious, because dude, I've had those technical difficulties too, where you go to record and there's no sound, and you're just like, why? And then especially like for drumming, it's one of the best takes, or it just happens to be such a gold moment. Nothing, and you're just like,
nothing. You listen to the playback, you hit a rim. Played it good. You listen to the playback, you hit each other on the field. Or it didn't record at all, like what happened last week with us. It recorded the video, and it just didn't record the audio.
No audio.
So I got 3 backups going on here. So lessons to be learned, you guys. Have your backups. I only had one, and that was my iPhone.
I really am having trouble, like, which camera do
It doesn't matter at this point, right? They all go. We might just throw them all up there. Pick out which one you like. So yeah, he's got a great story how he got started playing drums, and you hear about the park, and the gigs he's got. Actually, he's got a gig Saturday here in Santa Ana, California. If you guys are local, come to it. He's in a band. He's in 3 bands. We're gonna talk about that. But his band that's playing Saturday is Mr. Fister. And they are kind of rock metal,
heavy metal, thrash metal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go
BPMs
Saturday.
of anywhere from 150 all the way to getting up to 200.
Oh,
again.
okay. So it's probably gonna be some moshing there. I'm not a mosher guy. You know, I'm just like sit back.
You should have been there at our first battle of the
bands. I'm back in the back watching everybody cracking their heads open. I'm not a mosh pit guy. So I'm gonna go to this concert Saturday. I'm gonna do some footage of him jamming and sweating, and it's gonna be a bunch of bands there. I think the headliner is Antitha or something like that. Antitha, something like that.
Ophidia or no?
I know it starts with an A. I was checking them out on YouTube last. They're kind of like a symphonic metal. Symphonic is really not that big here in the U.S. compared to in Europe. They have
Really?
like opera type vocals, you know, and mainly it's more women, but there's a guy singer. But I checked them out on YouTube. They're a really good band. So that's the headliner. It's this Saturday at Stages in Santa Ana. So if you're in the local
Used to be
area,
called Malone's.
Used to be called Malone's. It's on Dyer and Main Street are the main cross streets. So Edgar, tell us, man. Once again.
What? Again.
How did you get started in drums, man? And what was the inspiration behind that?
Inspiration behind it. Ooh, you didn't ask me this last time.
See?
Okay. So inspiration behind it
It's a big word.
Yeah. Growing up Mexican, you know, you're just around a lot of arts, really. Without them even trying, we're just very artistic people. From the clothing to the music to writing to everything. Live bands was always a thing, you know, growing up. Every party, you always have a live band. Or it's just loud music, live music, you know, all kinds of music. And especially when they would hire the bands to come and play in the backyard and stuff, or even just, you know, your uncles and aunts and, you know, family and friends coming over and just playing, they would have the marching snare. The snare drums in general are just really popular with banda, corridos and stuff like that. And I would always be fascinated by these guys just going, you know, just going, and it's just such a, you know when you hear a good snare, that crack, that like, you know, that fascinated me, that inspired me, and I'd always ask the guys, can I just like hit it, you know, and they'd give me a stick, like just do that, okay. And you know, to a little kid who doesn't know about musical instruments or music, you're fascinated by that. You're like, oh, this makes noise.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, this is loud. Oh,
you actually hit it with a stick.
Yeah, like this is loud. This is cool. And one time, this band, one of the guys told me, he's like, you want to give it a shot? I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, okay, just do this the whole song. Da, 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 da. And I was like, okay, just do that. So you know, I just start going 1, 2, 3, and they start playing, and I'm just like, I'm like, I'm part of this right now. Like
just the snare drum?
Yeah, just the snare, and just keep doing that. Just keep doing that. I was like, okay, and I was like, okay, this is like I barely remember it. I was so little. I was probably anywhere from 5 to 7. Like that's the gap.
Yeah.
And just doing that the whole time. We played the whole song, and by the end of it, they were just like, hey, you actually kept the tempo, like, you know, that was good. And then my whole family and everyone started cheering and everything. So that was really cool. I was like, oh, this is what it's like to perform. And I think since then, I just was always in the back of my mind, I wanted to just perform and be in the spotlight, you know, be in a band or just be around music in general. Without fully knowing it, without fully grasping the concept that I want to be a musician, an artist overall.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Just one little.
Yeah,
just kept timing that way, man.
Yeah, that was the beginning of metronome work. No crash, no, just straight snare. Da, 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 da. I think it was on the and, not the counts. It was on the and of the. Yeah.
So gotcha. Yeah. So now, you started. That was the first thing that you started doing, was just hitting that snare drum.
Yeah, just hitting the snare drum.
So from there, you knew, okay, there's something I would like to do with this stick in my hand. Not just hit just the snare, but what's this other stuff going on? You know, what's the toms and so how did you get to that point to where you started actually learning that? Okay, I want to take this to the next level. How do I go about learning this?
Ooh, Man, this is another great interview.
Hey, man. The second was always the better one, I guess. I don't know, folks.
Maybe third time's the charm?
I don't know about that one.
No. But, so how it came about, I mean, that's a good question. My mom says that when I was probably 2 years old or, you know, just an infant, that she had gotten me this little toy drum with just these 2 dinky little sticks. And she says that I would just you know, a baby. You just imagine a baby hitting things like that. Yeah. And then the next event is what I just told you of hitting the snare.
Okay.
And so, you know, just always being interested in music. The next event that I can recall after that is going to my mom's friend's seafood plant, and he had this upstairs area and then this room. And I remember one time walking in, and you're just hearing just drums going off, you know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know, just
Yeah.
toms, cymbals, kick, snare, and I was just like, that's cool, you know? And I come around, and I just hear, I wish I could remember the beat, but it was just a cool tom, fill, and snare, you know. Something like that. And then he would hit the cymbals on like maybe 4 or 1.
Yeah.
And hearing that was cool. That really, I was like fascinated. I was really fascinated. That really got my attention, intrigued me to the point that I was thinking in my head, I want to learn that, whatever that is. You know, I didn't even know what drums were. I still didn't know, you know, what music was.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, you want to try it? I was like, yeah, sure. And, you know, I just sit on it and I just start hitting things. And I was like, this is cool.
And
just
you were how old? Like 4, 5, maybe 6?
That one, it was after like probably 8, close to 8, you know.
Okay, that's a good age.
7 or 8, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so like I've always had examples and events where there's music, but I never myself knew, and it wasn't really encouraged around me. It's not like, oh, be a musician, you can do that, you know. The way that I grew up, it was always like, you know, do your 9 to 5. You know, do the boring life.
Back up.
Yeah. Like not even just go to school, go to college, and get yourself that job.
Yeah.
And you know, nothing against that.
No.
But that's just not. I didn't even know it, but that wasn't me. You know.
Yeah.
And so, music after that, I just slowly, you know, I had an interest in it, but I didn't have my own sticks yet. Later on, when I told you that I was taking the lessons, because somehow I think I got a hold of some sticks or something, I started showing more interest in music, and that's when my mom put me in those 4 lessons with this guy of just simple rudiments, simple sticking, just right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, like left, right, left, left, you know, paradiddle singles and doubles, you know, and he was teaching me like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you know, all that stuff. And from there on, then my mom was told, get him a pair of 5A Vic Firth sticks and a practice pad, and just practice this.
Yeah.
And like I said before too, I didn't stick to the routine or anything. I just started hitting things and doing random things.
That sounded good.
Yeah, anything that it didn't even sound good. It was just like, oh, I like hitting this, you know, like let's just hit things, you know.
Your mom, don't hit my pillows. Those are my good pillows.
Especially because it would bring out the dust. She'd be like, stop. Yeah. Stop hitting the pillows. I'm like, but this is cool.
Yeah.
And then later on, at 15, that's when I showed more interest. I started bringing out the sticks and using the practice pad. And then she said, okay, well, it looks like you really have a deep interest. You know, what do you think of a drum set? And I said, yeah, that'd be cool. You know, if you can, yeah. You know, I'm not gonna be like, get me a drum set. You know, I always knew that we weren't, you know, we didn't have all the money in the world. So I told her, I was like, if we can, we can. If not, no worries.
Yeah.
And I come home after school one day, and I see that drum set, and I was like, oh, yeah.
So it wasn't even Christmas. You just came home after school. And
there
it was.
Yeah, it was.
Forget about Christmas time.
Yeah, it was my birthday, and she said, go ahead, you know, here you go. And I was like, stoked. I was super stoked.
Yeah.
And that's when I instantly, you know, at that time, that's when I was getting into rock and roll. I got into the music scene late, dude. I'm not, like I said before, you can talk about all the classics and everything, and I'm just going to be like, yeah. No, that's good. You know, I'll listen to it and I'll be like,
bring up names and
bring up the artist names, bring up the songs, and I'm just like,
probably heard it on the radio.
I've heard the songs. Okay, I've heard songs, but I don't know them by name or by artist all the time. That's the only thing.
So when you started, you got the drum kit, you set it up, You start banging on it. When was there a time where you're like, okay, your mom was like, we got to get you some formal lessons? Or did that ever happen? Or you just put on the headphones and...
I didn't even set up the drum set myself. The lessons happened right away because my mom knew I didn't know. I mean, I really didn't know anything about drum. I didn't know about anything about music, you know? Nothing. I knew nothing about music. All I knew was just barely. I barely knew that right, left, paradiddle, and double stuff. And so I knew how to do a buzz roll. That you know, just a simple roll.
Yeah.
And so as soon as I get the drum set, I think the following week or the following set of days or whatever it was, she had a friend who was a drummer, and he came over and gave me like 4 lessons probably as well, and you know, taught me posture, a little bit of technique on how to hold the sticks, and just a simple 1, 2, 3, 4,
basic.
1, 2, you know, just that, the basic, the very basic. It stuck well enough because, you know, after that, after the lessons were done with him, I stuck to that. And because I was getting into rock and roll and heavy metal and all that, and my friends showing me Rammstein, Slipknot, Metallica, and all this stuff, as soon as I got the drum set, whatever money I had saved up for my birthday, I went to that music store and bought those used DW 7000 pedals. And I set them up, and I was just like, this is cool. I don't even know how to use it yet, but this is cool.
It's like, wow, 2 pedals.
Yeah.
2 pedals on 1 pedal.
Oh, and I knew nothing of tuning on top of that. Oh my God. I look back at some old videos, and I'm just like, the tom number 1 is just so high, and just like, boom, and then like tom number 3 or floor tom is just... It just all sounded
How many pieces did you have?
It was a classic 5-piece kit.
Okay. You know, you remember the brand name?
DW. I still have it.
Oh, the DW.
That's what I use.
Okay.
It's still my kit.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't gotten rid of it. It's still my kit.
Hey, man, I don't blame you, dude. I got the luxury I've had for 1985, man.
Oh, this thing is nice.
I don't need to get a new drum kit.
No. It's a DW PDP main stage.
Okay.
That's the series of it.
Yeah.
And it came with Sabian cymbals, I think, or whatever. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, it came with Sabian cymbals.
So this was you went into middle school, high school. Did you play in any bands then, or in school, or no?
No. So I actually wasn't involved. See, okay, I'm telling you, I had the mentality of like, I didn't have the mentality of an artist. I didn't have that, you know, that essence to myself. I didn't know that I was an artist, that I could, you know, I always was drawing, I always was painting, but I never was told that can be something you can do, you know? I was always told, go to school, go to college, and get a job, you know? So that took over more. That my mind is more like, okay, I need to do this.
You know, that's the parents, man. I mean, we've all been through it. You know? And so, you know, the parents are looking out for you.
Yeah, of course, you know. And it honestly really wasn't my mom too much either. She would just suggest ideas, you know, and she just didn't know herself that, like, you know, I was an artist. You know, it's not like, I don't think artistry was really that big in her family. That's the thing. Nobody, you know, I'm the only one with...
like the first.
Yeah, I'm really the only one out of the entire... Of course, there's other musicians. There's people that know how to play an instrument. But have they embraced that they're an artist all the way? No, not like I have. Not like where I tell everyone I'm an artist, I'm a drummer, I'm a musician. You know, that's me now. You know, I'm not a plumber anymore. I'm not doing construction anymore. I'm not selling knives anymore. I worked for Cutco, that little knife company. Like, I'm not a salesman anymore. You know, it's now I know I'm an artist. I'm a musician. This is, you know, when people ask me, what do you do? I'm a drummer. And they're like, oh, what? Like,
That's cool, man. And also, you guys, he teaches at the School of Art, so we work together.
Yeah.
So I see him, and he's got some good students, and they're up and coming, and all because of him. He gives me his students sometimes. I can't show you what Edgar showed you, but yeah, he's a good teacher, man. You know, so we work together, and you know, I've been wanting to interview him. He's in a lot of projects, which we're gonna get into. So after you got your drum set, you started figuring everything out. Then what? Started practicing, playing off to some of your favorite bands.
One thing I will say that the teacher taught me, metronome.
Okay.
And I think that's why I've stuck with the metronome so much, and I tell other drummers, and even, you don't even have to be a drummer to use the metronome. Musician overall, use a metronome. Of course, you know, go off the metronome, you know, have some creative freedom.
Yeah.
But to have that pocket groove, whether it's for strings, for you know, woodwind instruments, for any instrument, the metronome work really makes a difference.
Yeah.
Because especially a lot of the shows that I've backyard shows, venues, and just all the shows that I've played at, I'll listen to the drummers, and especially because the drummer is the one that keeps the whole band, you know, in check.
Yeah.
And I just hear, especially with double pedal, you know, I'm a double pedal fanatic. So when I hear double pedal, and I hear these guys that are trying to go even just 170, it's like medium tempo, you know, it's not too fast, but it's fast enough.
Yeah.
Even 170, 180, especially if they're trying to play 190, you can just hear the choppiness of it, you know, that you can tell the difference between someone who has put in hours of, okay, I'm going to start from 150 and then upgrade and build up, you know, to someone that's just like, I just want to play fast without having control.
And no technique.
No, and it's it's really not even the technique, it's mostly the control. It's a lot of drummers, even in School of Rock. I have one kid who wants to go fast and just like, I tell him, I'm like, okay, so do this beat. And he just goes, and I'm like, what? You know, like what?
And you get that when you're young, you know.
I'm self-taught, so of course, I look back at all my videos and I'm just like, wow. I thought it was something special.
Lessons to be learned.
Lessons to be learned for sure.
So now you got your kit set up and everything. So now you start practicing. You start getting. What was your first band that you? After you figure, okay, I want to do this now. I'm gonna take it serious. Your mom encouraged you.
Yeah.
When did you start? Like, I want to try to get into a band. I want to answer some ads. See if any band needs any drummers. When did that era come into play?
So, because I wasn't involved in school, you know, what's funny is like I said, you know, I had the mentality of get that 9-to-5 job. So I never had that, I never gave myself the chance to embrace the artist in me. So in school, I never was in like the art programs or anything like that. I did artsy stuff, don't get me wrong, but I never got involved with the theatrics or art or, you know, band and all that stuff. I was always just practicing on my own after school. After school, I would always just practice on my own at my house. And I, you know, go on YouTube. Okay, what's a beginner double pedal? You know, dun 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 dun. You know, just doing stuff like that. Excuse me. I never put out an ad, or I never like asked anyone to be in a band. I didn't even see ads or anything like that. I just when did Instagram come out? Whatever year it came out.
16?
2016,
maybe.
Really?
It hadn't been out that long. Maybe, no, probably even before that.
Whatever year it was.
2010?
I was posting on Facebook first.
Okay.
And then from Facebook, when Snapchat and Instagram came out, then I posted on those. And I was just posting for my own, you know, for my own pleasure. I wasn't even posting to try and reach someone. I was just posting for my own. And over the years of course, practicing, putting in the discipline and the work to get better, metronome work and everything, I got the gist set when I was 15. 18 to 19 is when... 18 to 19 is when I got asked to be in my first band ever. I forgot what we were called. I actually have a picture of I can only show you. It's on Instagram, but it's it's I gotta keep this PG-13. Okay, so.
Hey, I haven't seen the picture yet, so you don't want to scandal about it right now. You don't want to scandal about it right now.
It was our first backyard show, and this couple asked, like, will you sign something? And I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, I don't have anything to sign though, and they're like, sign our butts. And I was like, all right, let's do it then.
I guess this is the first run started, man.
So on my Instagram, there's that picture of just me kneeling down, and they're turned around to the camera with their butts facing the camera, and it's just our band name written on left butt cheek and left butt cheek and then right butt cheek.
That's crazy. Hopefully they were able to wash it off.
They were stoked. They were stoked. They were so stoked, and I was like, "You guys are excited?" Like they're like, "Yeah, you guys rock!" Like, dude, you're a double pedal man. You kill it, man. I was like,
"Wow,
cool!" Like, so that too, that gave me, that gives anyone a good feeling.
Sign the butt cheeks.
Yes, sign the butt cheeks.
The drummers out there, up and coming. You want to get well known.
You got to sign anywhere and everywhere.
Oh, man, that's crazy. What a story. So now, tell me about this park, because now you told me how you got your gigs. You set up at a park.
Oh, right.
You set your drum set up at a park here in Fountain
Park, Fountain Valley.
Fountain Valley. And he told me this story before. It was a good story. So maybe how did that come about? You take your kit to a park?
Yeah. So
no permit whatsoever.
No, just no permit, no nothing. Just go. It's public space. I just take up a parking spot for my truck, and then another parking spot right next to it for my drum set. How that came about was after the first band. After the first band and we broke up and everything. I was just I got busy with plumbing at the time, and then once more time started freeing up, then I was like, okay, I need somewhere to practice. And at first, I did start practicing at home. Yeah, so I was practicing at home after that. I would always practice at home. But then we moved into an apartment. Okay. And some time went by because I got really busy with plumbing, so I didn't play. I've had the kit since I was 15, but there's about 3 to 4 years that I wasn't able to play. Okay. Because of apartments and living situations. Yeah. And so 1 year went by, I think a year went by, and I wasn't able to play because I was living in that apartment. We moved wherever we moved to after. Then I one day I was coming home from work, and I'm just thinking like, dude, okay, I want to play again, but I don't want to pay for a studio, and I can't play at home. So where can I play? And I think I happened to be at Mile Square Park with friends. We were just hanging around, and I started hearing these drumline people, and like people go there and they do their own. I recently went there, and there was this group of Chinese people who are practicing the dragon dance, and they have the big old drum. They're just doing I was like, that's cool.
Actually, my neighbor, he kind of does that too.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if he does the Mile Square Park one, but he has, especially the Chinese New Year.
Yeah. These guys, they said that they do it for any events, Okay. So that was cool. So years back, like I were with friends, and I just had the thought, I was like, this is a park and this is public space, and events go on like this all the time. And it just literally dinged, and I was like, I'm gonna bring my drum set here. Yeah. So the first time after not playing for almost a year, I just brought the drum set, and part of me was very nervous because I'm like, I feel like people just expect someone, like if you're setting up out there like that, they expect you to rock and roll, Yeah. But I'm just literally out there just like, okay, I haven't played in a while. I just need to get the basics down again. Okay. So it's just, that's it. Good. So, just doing simple exercises like that. And I just kept that consistent, This was pre-COVID, pre-COVID or COVID?
Okay.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
So you set up, put your truck in one spot.
Just right next to each other, truck and then drum set right there.
You started playing. Did the cops come or?
No, nothing.
Really?
The first time I did start playing, because I was working plumbing, you know, I'd get off of work late sometimes, and so I'd barely have any time. If it was only an hour or 2 hours, I'd go and use that time to play drums, practice and everything. And I think the first week or even the first day of me doing that, it hit 10 o'clock. No, 10:04. I remember this specifically because it hit 10:04, and I'm just going, and I pause, and I just hear this guy in the distance, "Hey, shut the up!" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Shut up! It's past 10 o'clock. It's like an hour past." He said, "It's an hour past 10 o'clock."
Yeah.
And I look at the phone. I'm like, "It's 10:04."
An hour past.
He's like, "I don't care. Shut up." And I was like, "Have a good night."
You went back to drumming.
Yeah, I went back to drumming. He's like, "I'm gonna whoop your butt if you keep going." You know, he was of course not being that generous. He was cussing at me, and so I'm like, "No, you're not." He's like, "No," like he's just shouting, doing his own thing. He's like F you, and I was like, "Okay, buddy, have a good night." And I was like, "This is public space. You don't own this, you know." Like, he was like, "Just shut up," and I was like, "Okay."
It's going down, man.
Yeah.
My sticks are coming out.
It was like literally either the first day or the first week of me trying the park sessions.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, if you are going to be here late, you know, just beware. You know, that's what I told myself, like, beware. And so from there on, it just started. I just thought to myself, this is the one place. And people told me, especially because I would play at this time, there wasn't as many kids on the playground. So I'd set up by the playground. And just for my own safety as well, I'd set up by the playground. And the kids would come to me.
Okay.
They would come to me and they're like, "This is cool.
Yeah.
You rock. Like, this is awesome. You know, good job." Like, so, you know, I had more of a support system from the little kids than the adults. Yeah. That was the very cool part to me.
And then you said this lady in our first interview. See, we're repeating everything that we said that didn't get recorded. So, you said some lady came up to you, right?
Oh, yeah, this was a while after. This was like probably a year or two later after I started the park sessions. Okay. So baseball games are going on, okay? This is Miles Square Park, and I'm right next to the baseball fields. And I'm practicing, you know, I was already going for 2 hours, and I told myself, I'm like, only 2 hours. I was already... No, that was a different time. Okay. I was reaching 2 hours, and I had 15 minutes left. And I'm just doing my double pedal. And I see this lady start approaching me, coming towards me, and I'm just like, this is either going to be good or not good. And so then she just comes up, all nice at first, you know? And so like, "Excuse me, how much longer are you going to be playing for?" And I paused and everything, and I was like, looking at my phone, just about 15 more minutes. And she just cuts me off right there. And it's like, "No, you're not, actually. You're going to keep playing. And you're going to keep playing for about 2 more hours. You're going to keep making noise, distracting everyone. It's annoying all of us. My kid can't even focus on the ball because of you." And I was just like, and I was like, "Lady, that's not my problem."
Yeah.
She's like, "You know what? Yeah, it is actually." I was like, "No, it's not." For one, this is public space, you know? Yeah. And I told her, I was like, "What are your kids going to do if they make it to the pros and the whole stadium is cheering, everyone's making noise? Like, do you think that it's going to be like golf where everyone's like, shh, you know, like, no, you know?"
He's about to putt.
He's about to bat. Okay, he's pitching the ball. Oh, okay. No, of course not. Third time, now it's been 4 people. Now that you remind me, it's been 4 people. That last one was the band guy.
Okay.
The third time was this white ginger guy he came over fuming. You know, after the lady, it was probably like 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later. He came over to me fuming, and he's just like, "Hey man, are you gonna quit making that noise?" And you're just like, I was like, first off, why? Yeah, I was like, why are you being so aggressive? He's like, because man, you're distracting everyone. You're distracting my kids. You're distracting me. And I was like, and I just said the same thing that I said to the lady.
Yeah.
You know, and he's just like, okay, well, dude. And I was like, you know what? All right, I'm already 30 minutes overdue anyway. I was pushing my limits. I'll go home.
I'll be like, noise? What do you mean noise?
That day, I was really tired, so I was like, dude, you know what? I have no energy for you, and I'm not going to let your energy affect me. So
did they call the cops?
No, even when cops go there, I've been there anywhere from, even when it's past 10, and I'm just going, you know, and I'm hitting my custom made china.
Yeah,
I hammered it out
hard,
and they just come by and they're just like, cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing. No, it's awesome. Past the noise.
Yeah,
you know.
Wow, that's cool, man. You don't have that disturbing the peace thing.
No, I don't. It's actually pretty incredible, especially when recently one of the nights there was, I think all of like Fountain Valley PD came out just for like some kind of training thing or some kind of and it was just about, I think almost 10 cop cars. Wow. They all passed by me and nothing.
Now, when you're playing at the park, is it just drums or are you playing with amplified music? Like,
no, just drums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just drums.
So when you're learning songs or working on songs, you have your headphones in?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
That, and if not, then it's just, headphones with the metronome just going, just, doing my 10-minute interval exercises.
Now, from the park, here's a scary story, you guys, that he was saying. You had a guy that came up that followed you home.
Followed me home
because he wanted he wanted you to be in his band.
Yeah, not from the park. He lives lives in my neighborhood.
Okay.
That one. So, excuse me. So this was before I was in any in the first band, which is Noppin. That's the rock and roll one.
Okay.
This was before I was in any of the bands. After the first band broke up. I'm just doing the practices at the park. I did that for about either half a year or almost a year. I was just doing my own practices. And then Henry, that's his name, the vocalist, he had told me, he's like, I would see you a couple times driving, and we both had the same schedule at that time where he's a mechanic and I was a plumber at the time. Mm-hmm. So we'd be home around the same time and he'd see me leave and he would see the drums in the back. And he'd just be like, oh, wait, that's drums. And he's like, my band and we need a drummer. Like, So it was clicking with him a couple times. He saw me about 3 or 4 times and was always like, oh, I need to go talk to that guy. But every time, he would see me, I didn't know him. And so I would just wave at him. Yeah. And either that or he just would see me when I'm already about to leave. So he wasn't able to catch me where he's seeing me coming ahead and he can wave me down. Yeah. The last time he saw me, it was when I was coming home. And he happened to be outside in his garage. And so then he sees me pull in, and I go around. He, jumps in his car and starts following me to my garage. And as soon as I park to my garage, then I look to my right, and I just see the garage is right here on the side, and then he's over here on the other side, our little street. And I just see him, and he's looking at me through, we're both looking at each other through our windows, but we both have our windows up. Yeah. And I'm just like...
Is he going to rob me?
Yeah.
What's he want, man? I got my stick right here. What do you want?
I always have sticks on in the door. Yeah. And I grabbed, now that I remember, I grabbed them, and I was like, okay, like...
Drumstick turn to nunchucks. Watch out now. I convert him into nunchucks.
So I see him, and we're looking at each other, and I'm just like, did I make someone mad on the way home? Like, is he like, you cut me off or something? Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm just getting ready. I'm like, oh man, I'm not getting a good feeling out of this. Then he pulls out in front of me, and I'm just like, okay, he's leaving. And then he stops, and I was like, oh no, this is not good. Yeah. And he starts getting on, walking towards me, and I was just like, I turned off my car and I got ready, and I was like, what's up? And he's like, hey man, I don't mean to, be intruding like this, but I see that you have drums and I have a band. We need a drummer. And I was like, oh God. I was like, thank God you said that, dude. I was like, I thought you were mad at me and like I made you mad and you're here to like try to confront me. He's like, no, dude, I'm so sorry. I saw the drums and we need a drummer, and he told me like, this is my band. Come try out if you'd like. Just jam out.
So you went try it out. Got the audition. They loved you.
Yeah. He, and he told me, he's like, listen to our songs. They're on Spotify. All this and that.
What's the band's name again?
Noppen.
Noppen.
Yeah. Okay. Noppen.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put that. They have websites and all that.
I don't know about website, but
they have some music.
We have music videos on YouTube. We have Apple and Spotify.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Because DistroKid they put it on all the platforms. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And you got TuneCore and all that other.
Yeah. So he told me like it was Friday, and over the weekend I was busy, so I didn't get to listen to the songs. Come Monday, I went to the tryout and I told him, I was like, hey, I didn't get a chance to listen to the songs. Yeah. So he's like, hey, you know what, dude, that's cool. Like him out of anyone too, he understood at the time I was very busy, plumbing and everything, and then you only get the weekend to do your chores and take care of things. Yeah. So when it came to the trial, the little jam session, I told him, I was like, just tell me the basic beat of the song and I'll follow along. I'll do my best. And it went great. I mean, because even when I didn't know the songs, they would tell me like, okay, so for this part, we want you to do a little something like dun 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 dun. They told me what to do. They were guiding me a little bit.
Gotcha.
And it was honestly very fun for me to play music that wasn't always like high strung and like let's just go. Double pedal and speed stuff. Yeah. It was honestly very relaxing. Thinking back to that now, it was very accomplishing too, because I had always wanted to get out and do different styles of music, not just like pure heavy metal and so that was a good chance for me.
Bleeding all day. cutting.
Oh, dude, I would literally have blisters, and there was a couple times I'd be smacking the snare drum and I just see red, and I'm like, what is going on? And I'm looking at my hand and it's just bleeding. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, just keep it going. You don't feel it right now, but you will.
Got blood all over your face.
On my shirt, and I'm just like, oh, God.
I've had that experience once. Just a cut thing.
Yeah.
Stuff on the snare drum. It's like, So that was the first band, right? He's in 3 bands, you guys. Yeah. So was that the first band or second band?
In my actual timeline, that was the second band by technicality.
Okay.
But it's like the band that I'm currently in right now still.
Okay, gotcha. You guys gigging out?
Yeah. In fact, October 13th, I have a gig with both bands, Noppen and Mr. Fister. We're going back. I'm going back to back.
I gotta see that one, man. I gotta come and see him play in one band. 45-minute set, probably.
45-minute set.
And then go to another one.
Yeah.
It's tiring. It's tiring. Think of it like a triple rehearsal.
Yeah. I mean, even then, my practices are anywhere from, I've gone up to 5 hours of practice. Yeah. So that, and especially, show time, you get the energy going from the crowd, it gets you going, so it won't be bad.
So talk about Mr. Fister now. How did that come about?
Mr. Fister, how it came about was, I was probably a couple months in with Noppen, and I was still just posting stuff for my own, always just posting, workout videos of, oh, do this. I naturally had that tendency of just like putting out videos to help other drummers, because I was in that boat where I was like, dude, what do you do to work on this? So I'd look on YouTube or I'd make my own exercises of, okay, I want my left hand to be stronger,
Yeah.
and when I lead, if I want it to lead.
Yeah.
So I would make exercises where I even do exercises where I lead with my left side. So, you know, not just starting with the right, I start with the left as well. Da, 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 you know, and make sure that you line up left with left.
Yeah.
Not like a millisecond off, you know, and like make sure you line it up just as good as the right. And my friend that I was in the band with before, that we had broken up with, he told me, he's like, hey, I have a band going on and we need a drummer. And I know you're a kick butt drummer, you know. You're an awesome drummer, man. We would love to have you. And I told him, I was like, okay, you know, I'll come try it out.
Yeah.
And from there on, you know, the rest is history. We're Mr. Fisher now, where we've got great songs that just, I mean, especially the Battle of the Bands that we did in San Diego, we were the first ones to get the crowd going.
Okay.
We were the first ones to get people to do a circling mosh. Yeah, it was honestly, it was pretty crazy, and it was so much fun because I'm just, you know, we have thrash songs and we also have other like type of feel songs.
Okay.
But especially for when we had the thrash, not before the thrash song, we have one where it goes dun 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 dun, you know, and it's just, it got the people going. And they were just, I just start seeing a small circle, and then it just starts getting big. Yeah, it started getting bigger, and I'm just like, oh wow, this is awesome, you know. And then the thrash song came on, and they just started going even crazier again.
Man,
yeah, it was awesome to see that.
Is that you guys' first gig?
No, our first gig was I can't remember our first gig. It was either at Doll Hut in Anaheim.
Okay.
Everyone knows Doll Hut, of course. Doll Hut or this house show in Ontario. I think it was this house show in Ontario.
Okay.
This guy has his house set up
Concerts.
Dude, he has his backyard set up pretty legit.
Okay.
He has got lights and everything. He's got it fenced off to where it's like, it's, you know, like this is the stage area. He's got microphone stands. He's got
wow, so he's got a whole
he even has a drum set, a drum set in case, you know, drummers can't bring their own drum set. He even has some cymbals. He even has triggers. He has pedals. He has he's got a soundboard.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got it all, dude. He knows what he's doing, and him out of his own passion, he loves to set this up for people. I talked to him, and he told me, his name is Jose. Yeah, Jose.
Okay.
And he told me himself, he's like, I do this for you guys, you know, because I was in that position where I couldn't play, or we couldn't play, because they only wanted legit artists or you know, bands that were already known, and it's like, you know, how can you give someone a chance if you're not giving the chance, you know?
They need up and comers, man.
Yeah. And so that's why he does that, and that was really cool. And especially after that first show, I mean, and I notice this every time we play. You know, we have our first song go on, and people are like, okay, cool, yeah. And the second song, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Third song, whoa, yeah, you know. Fourth song, woo, woo. Fifth, and it just goes on, you know. And especially once we end the set, thank you guys, we're Mr. Fisher, keep rocking out, you know. They're just like, yeah, wow, you know. And now that we have T-shirts, I'm gonna get you one. I forgot to bring one.
I get one Saturday.
Oh yeah.
I get one Saturday. Yeah.
So now, you know, when we do the T-shirts too, people are like, yeah, I'll take one. You know, you know, if they want, and then they're like, you guys are awesome. You guys sound great. Drummer man, dude, oh, you're killing it up there. Guitar man, dude, you're killing it up there. Everyone, like, they love every single aspect and part of our songs, and that's a really great feeling.
That's awesome. So you got 3 bands coming. You're in 3 projects. I always wonder how people can play in 3 bands, and you know, I get if you're recording, but if you're actually physically playing in 3 bands, where's the time? Because some bands get kind of jealous. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say jealous. They kind of get like, well, they want more of a commitment with them, not. At least back in the day, it used to be that way. You can only be in our band, and you can't be in this band, and you know, it's like, why? I'm
a musician, man.
Like, make my money, man. You know. So, but how does your band members react to you playing in 3 different projects?
They don't mind at all. They cool. So when I first joined Noppin', You know, I was with only with Noppin. Then I told him about that, and he's like, dude, yeah, go.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, you as a musician, you know, you need to be, it's good for you to be in multiple projects, so that way you can have, you know, connections, networking, and get yourself out there.
Yeah.
I'm not making money with any of the bands, you know, it's just, we're just doing it right now just to network, and then eventually, you know, get to that point. The third band right now, it's called The Gusted. I only did the tryouts. And then after the tryouts, he was like, "Hey man, let me know what you think." And I told him, I was like, "I'll let you know after the 26th, because for this whole week, I just need to focus on the songs and focus on touching up everything."
Gotcha.
And so, of course, he said he wants me in the band, you know, and like, yeah, I guess I am pretty much in the band, but we still have to talk detail. He wants me to record songs for him now too and everything. So yeah, I am in the band actually.
That's cool, man.
And even him, you know, these guys are like 50, 60 years old, and they said, "Hey, I don't want to take up any of your time from your other bands. You know, just let me know." And I told him, "Hey, dude, I know how to time manage now." Yeah,
I guess things have changed, you know, in today's world compared to back in the 80s and 90s. You know, bands only wanted you to be in that band and eat, breathe, drink that band. You know, nobody else. You know, and I get it.
Sleep, repeat.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, because you're putting all your energy in that one band. You know, and you're promoting, you're doing all this stuff. You want to get your band out there, and I get it, but it's changed now. Unless you're doing studio work, that's different.
Yeah, I also think too. It depends on the level of the music and the musicianship. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, we're serious musicians, all of us in these bands. But if it was like Dream Theater, you know, or that's a whole different story. Rush and Dream Theater. Now you gotta devote all the time for that. There's no way you could just like, I'm gonna come in and then, you know, no, that's
I mean, a well-known band, you pretty much have to.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty obvious. So you got concert coming up. Talk about the show coming up this Saturday that I would be.
Saturday at Stages.
I'd be rocking. He'd be rocking.
Used to be called Malone's. I think we are openers or second place. I think second place.
Okay.
Actually.
What time does it start?
6:30, I think.
See, the time hadn't changed yet. You guys are coming on when it's still daylight, man.
I know.
Should have it outdoors or something, not, you know. So 6:30, it's still daylight outside.
We go on. Oh man, what time do we go on? I think we go on at 7.
Okay.
Or 6:30 or 7. I don't remember. I've looked at so many different schedules now. It's messing with my mind a bit. But
well, I'll definitely be there, man, for sure.
Yeah, no, I'll send you the info too. That way you have it.
Yeah, and I'll send. I saw the invitation you sent, the link, so I'm gonna put that in. Even though it's Saturday, today's Thursday. I'm gonna try to get this out tonight so people can come. If you're in the local Southern California area, even Northern California, fly down. See these guys, you know.
Come down.
Come on down.
Rock out.
Yeah. So, so definitely it's this Saturday, August 26th.
Yeah, August 26th. Then we have September 29th at the Chain Reaction in Anaheim.
Yep.
That one.
September 29th.
Yep, September 29th. Friday.
Friday night.
Be there.
Yep.
October 13th. That show is in Marietta. It's at a brewery called Solaris. And that's the one where I'm going back-to-back with Noppin and Mr. Fister. So that one's going to be rocking.
All right, so if you don't catch Mr. Fister this time, you got 2 more chances to catch him between the holidays, before the holidays come, unless they do a show after before the holidays. But man, finally we got this thing done, and we got 3 going on here. You know,
none of you better fail.
Something's gonna happen with these 3, which is good. Everything's recording good, because, like I say, we did an interview last Thursday, and it went great. And we kind of fed off each other, and everything was going good. And I went to go plug it in, my cord to hear the speaker. I'm like, something's wrong. Okay, let me turn up the volume. Turn up the volume, cranked it to 100.
Nothing. It was.
I'm like, are you kidding me? So I think what happened was I had my phone cover on, and it must have came out while I was recording. It must have slipped out. Because normally it was fine.
Yeah.
You
We
know.
did a sound check and everything.
Did the sound check, and I said, that's not going to happen again. So I got my...
Learn from your mistakes.
Learn from your mistakes, all you music journalists. So I got 3 going on. I got my laptop, I got my iPad, and I got my phone. So, you know, but thanks for coming down, man.
Of course,
to PNP.
man. Seriously.
You know,
I appreciate this, dude.
Yeah, man. You know, beefing up the band. Hopefully I can meet some of your band members Saturday, too.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
For sure.
do some
Come on
video.
down.
I'm going to do some video of you Saturday. And, you know, put that up. So,
Dude,
yeah.
thank you. I really, I told my girlfriend, I told my mom. My girlfriend mostly, I told her, I was like, this is exciting, you know?
Yeah.
This is exciting that I'm getting interviewed, that, you know.
First of many, man. First of many, you know. And
Even for the second time, it's still exciting.
second time's always the good one. I mean, I'll try to remember the things that we talked about, but some things that we didn't, or, you know.
And we're not going to force it. We're just going to, you know, casual.
It's all about having fun, man, you know. So, Jägermeister.
Jägermeister.
I don't drink, so, you know.
Me neither.
All right, man. Well, thanks a lot, bro.
Of course, man.
All right, good.
Thank you.
All right, see you guys.
PNP.
PNP.
Deuce.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Koran. It's Saturday night here in Southern California. Saturday, August 26th. I am here at Stages here in Santa Ana, and you know, this is the back. And I am here at Stages. This is where Mr. Pfister is playing tonight, and Edgar, the drummer, and his band are playing here. So I'm just kind of, I've never been in here before. This used to be a club called Malone's. So now they converted it to Stages. So yeah. So yeah, this is Stages. And let's go see what's around here. I've never been down here before. So let's go see. Let's go see, let's go see, let's go see. Let's go see, let's go see. So this is Stages here. And let's go see what's inside. All right, guys, peace.
Yeah.